So the, the idea, Miryam, and the reason why I asked you to do that, it was, I told you, first, I think it would be great for you to share your story about Kabbalah. And second, I realized that within my circle, I don't have many people that knows about it. And I don't know why, I have the feeling they feel, I don't know, ashamed of asking some questions. And probably the questions that they have, I'm not gonna be able to answer all of those. So I took the opportunity to speak to you and share a little bit of the knowledge that you have with some more people. That's the reason why I
Okay.
wanted to do that. So I appreciate your time and your patience to do that and have the time to speak a little bit with us. And so that's it. The first, not question, but I really wanted you to share your story about Kabbalah, how you wanted to start, how was the beginning, and the journey so far.
The journey so far.
Yes.
So I think the journey started way when I was actually a kid. One of my mom was connected to the center, and she still is in some way. She's still taking classes and stuff like that. So I think the seed was already planted when I was a high. And then when I was like 20s and a bit, I started having questions in mind, like what's the point of all of this? Not like from a bad place, but really like asking why we're here. And I started having a lot of thoughts. You know, it's the age when I was about to get to university. I was already signed up to psychology, and I was thinking to myself, okay, I'm going to have a degree, and after that maybe get married, have some kids, have a house with a white fence, a dog, and then what? Like, I always got to roughly age 40 and thinking, okay, what's the point after? Like, really, that was the thought. Yeah, like it's kind of deep thoughts for a 20 years old, but really those were the thoughts. What's the point? Like, what are we actually doing here? And those thoughts were in my mind for a while, and then I had some time before the university, and I said, okay, I'm just gonna go travel the world a bit. And I went to the US, and in the US I met, and it was amazingly easy for me to get to the US, and it wasn't for everyone, but it was amazingly easy for me to just get there. Like, it's like the universe was saying, go.
This is your place.
Yeah, like there was like visa things, and there were all kind of miracles that I realized only after, how much the universe was just saying, you need to go. You need to get to the US. And when I got to the US, one of like a close person to me got me, like we were just sitting in San Francisco speaking about creation without me knowing that it's really Kabbalah, and he got me into the center. And when I came, I kind of felt, like I was in a spiritual search, and I felt that it was the right place for me. And it gave me the answers of, you know, what are we doing here? Which was the main thing that I wanted to get, like, what's our purpose, you know. And maybe some of the people also that are listening having the same thing. It might be that you have a family and you have your kids, and both of us have ours, but then there's so much more than that, than just work or just the kids or the mundane kind of thing that we're having. And even the kids, there's so much more depth to why we're having kids. There's this internal need and desire to have it, but then why we're having kids. And it was amazing for me to understand why we want kids, so they can actually be part of what I want to be doing, which is bring end to bring an end to pain and chaos in the world, which I know it sounds like a big thing, but it is. There is so much chaos, there is so much pain that all of us are going through, and that's the main purpose of why we are doing what we are doing, the Kabbalah Center also.
That's amazing. And I believe that you had like amazing teachers in your journey. So, is there one specific that you can remember that you had a great experience with, like we have together?
Well, that's an easy question. Karen Berg is still my teacher, and I think every time I speak about Karen, I get a bit of emotional. There were a lot of great experiences with Karen, and I think one of the things that just the residue of all of them is just the way that Karen was. Is it? No, okay. The way that Karen was, just the way that she acted in the world, how she communicated with people. It was with so much love and compassion and simplicity, and really giving the like each one of us also the opportunity to have a glimpse of our greatness, of our perfected self, and each one of us do have it. Like you have your perfected self already existing in the now, and each one of our friends have the perfected self. And I know that when I was around Karen, it was inspiring for me. And the second person that I would say is, well, it's like, for me it's a combination right now, but it's Michal and Monica. They inspire me a lot to, it's mainly the message of love, right? The message of love.
That's awesome. I shared with you yesterday that I was very happy with the opportunity of being here. And first, it comes with a feeling. I feel happy, although you push me all the time.
Pushing you is a good thing.
I know. I trust you.
It's my hobby.
I know. First, I feel like I'm not gonna do that. It's my first thought. And then after, I was okay, it's for the best. So I'll say yes to her. I cannot
Once
say
again,
no.
Now I have it in recorded.
Oh, no, I'm gonna share with you. I cannot say no to you. That's something that you have. I don't know why. But so I got the feeling that I was like super happy, and not just being here. And today was very clear to me that the power of the message that they pass and the way they do it, like it's impressive. And I got this feeling in New York as well once I was there. But I don't know, it's just the way that the message comes through and related to the things that we actually feel on a daily basis.
Yeah.
It's impressive. But you mentioned love,
And by the way, I do want to say it because Monica, every time she speaks, and also Michal, but there is something about the way that Monica speaks that just you visualize your life in that specific moment, and it speaks to you, and it's details everything that you're going through, and then how do you want to have a better experience of life, right? Like it's a very, when she speaks, I feel like she speaks only to me, and I know that so many people feels the same way, so I don't know how. It's just like a magic thing. And eventually she details also how can you experience differently life, right? Like if you have this kind of a situation, how can you with a way of consciousness, and that's the whole idea of Kabbalah, but they're making it very simple. How can you better your life? How can you better your experience? Even if nothing in the world changes, you somehow have a different experience of how you are, and that's the essence of Kabbalah.
But you know you have that too, right? Maybe you got it from her. Now I know.
Monica and Michal and Karen definitely inspires us to.
That's very nice. And so we got a message talking about love yesterday. It was one of the topics that we shared. And I think love in general is a topic that everybody is interested in. And I don't know why. And I made a question yesterday. And thinking about love in general, for me, the struggling was to receiving love. It is still, I think. But I know that Kabbalah has a general, a whole message about love. So I'd like to know your perspective about it.
You know, there was a Kabbalist that was asked that before, like, explain to me all of like the secrets of Kabbalah, or explain to me all of the secrets of love on one leg, and he said, love thy neighbor as yourself, the rest is commentary. So when we hear this sentence, for example, and it's one of the sentences, it's one of the things that we need to understand. When we hear this sentence, we think, okay, so I just need to love the other person. But no, love thy neighbor as yourself. So first of all, you do need to love yourself, right? And this is one of the messages that you got yesterday, to really know and value who you are, and then you will be able to know how to receive love. So to explain love, it's something that I don't know if we can do in like the period of time that we have, and I don't think that we really can, because each one of us will experience it in a very different way. But I think, as I said, maybe to start by knowing how do you think about yourself, how much do you love and value yourself, not because you have ego about, you know, who you are. It's not about that. It's about really valuing the essence of the soul that it's within you. You have a soul, it's a spark of the creator. I think that's something which is the foundation. When you wake up every morning and say, wow, thank you, creation, for giving me another day, because you believe in me. Like, that's what we say every morning. Because you believe that today I still have the option to do my correction, I still have the option to shine my light. How amazing. And to have this appreciation for the fact that you got another day, and that because you got another day, it means that you have something to share with the universe. And I think that's something which is very valuable.
It's amazing. And it gets to, I think we got like so much noise around like life, about ourselves, like the way that you should feel about yourself, the way that you should see yourself.
Should
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Should, have to.
And you have to.
Have to.
And you just forgot like the simple things, as you say, like you have a soul and it's unique, it's your soul. You should like admire. You have to. You have to admire that every day, and it's important. But it's also easy to forget about it.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that's important that we're having this conversation, so we can remind that every day.
Absolutely.
And value that.
I want to say something about that, because you said about the noise, and it's so true. One of the things that it will be an easy practice for anyone. Again, we have different Kabbalistic meditation that helps with balancing our energy, making sure that we are in central calm, that we are in balance, because then we can give so much to others. But one of the easiest things that we can start is to, in the beginning of the morning, as you said, to just close your eyes and say how much I appreciate my soul right now, how much I love my soul. Like, to really start with positive, soulful affirmation, and to, from there, just to quiet the mind and to allow yourself to start the morning with muting a bit all of the noise, all of the fears. And it's not just things from outside, it's from inside. The fear: am I too old to get married? Did I miss my opportunity? Did I do the right thing with my job? Is this pain always going to be there? All of that noise that is coming from inside, yes, it's being influenced by our environment, and it's the one thing that you really do want to make sure that you pay attention to your environment. but quieting all of that noise also from inside, and starting the day saying, I have the opportunity today to make a difference. How can I do it? And really like valuing that extra day that you have been given.
That's so beautiful. That's so cool. I got emotional. I asked a few friends if they had questions so we could answer. So I picked 3.
Okay.
Just to be very fast. So if you can answer.
Yeah.
The first one is back to basics. That what's Kabbalah?
Kabbalah. Kabbalah is a very ancient wisdom that is, there's so much to say in that moment, because it's in one hand when we give the first classes of Kabbalah, we explain that it's a wisdom for us to know how to receive and how to better our life. Basically, when we're starting to study Kabbalah, we understand why we are here, what our soul came here to do, and how to change the narrative that is so kind of strong sometimes in our life, and to better our life, to get more blessings, to get more understandings, to get more clarity and more clairvoyance and all of the good stuff, like, because it's connection to an essence which is inclusive of all of that. And in the same breath, I'm saying, so we do better our life. All of the students that I have ever met in the last 19 years that I've been in the center, better their life. They're happier, they are more contained, they are able to give to their kids in a different way, they are able to give to their families and to their friends and to their community. But then I think the next step after that, after you better your life and you better the life of the people that are very close to you, is this very a clear understanding that you also want to better the world, not just yourself. So yes, one, it's an ancient wisdom that eventually will create blessings and happiness in your life. And then once you are there, there's the understanding that we can also influence the world. How can I make a difference, not just with my surrounding, but then you value yourself. You value yourself and you understand, wow, my soul is so great. I came here to do something. How can I literally touch more souls around the world? And that's when magic happens.
That's great. So I got another question. That one is a little bit tricky, but I got the meaning behind.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna even say the question itself because it was too long and I'm not gonna be able to remember. But it was about expressing love in a way that you don't feel like so struggling. There are people that they say, oops, okay, we can. So the question, it was sort of, there are people that they feel love, but somehow they struggle on sharing that love or expressing this love. So, and for some people, this is like super strong, the way that you cannot express love itself. I've been through that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting better every day. Once you have kids, I think
no, but we are working on it.
Yes, I know. Thank you. But it's hard to. So, how can we do that? How can we free all this love that we have it? It came with us, like since we were born. So how can we free this love in a way that everybody can sense it or can?
But back, I love this question because, again, one, it means that this person has a desire, right? It already, whoever you are, but there is a desire to share more love and to be more open and to express what you came here to express, which is already a big steps forward. And then we're going back to the soul, and the soul essence is simply sharing, simply giving love, giving everything. So this person or all of us can ask, why are we not giving love? What is holding me back? And they will take advantage of me, they will hurt me, they will betray me. All of those things that sometimes that's what holding us back, and that's already the tikkun. That's already something that a person came here to overcome, to see where it's coming from. So the question is, why I don't, why am I holding on like to my love? What is the fear that is holding me? What is the belief system that I have? And then to figure out where is this fear, where is the belief system came from, and to change the narrative there. And that's something that I actually do, but I do it in specific sessions, because a lot of it comes from our childhood, obviously. And again, without going into psychology, but it does. Our beginning stages do affect us. And it's how important it is for us to actually change it when we have kids, because once we have it, we can pass it to our kids, which is like the one thing that is really sitting. Once you have kids, it just changes everything. You have responsibility also for them and for how they are going to be like. But yeah, just really going back and saying, okay, when was the first time I felt it? What was the seed level? What's the worst thing that will happen? There's so many questions that we can ask, and then once we understand that, we can start releasing ourselves from all of those things that are holding us back, all of those fears, all of these insecurities, all of those belief systems that we have about people, and start expressing love, because that's our essence.
Yes, but there's a work to do before,
Absolutely.
which is worth it, way worth it. So it's amazing. And the last one that we have is, I'm pretty sure that the person wanted to ask the way that I'm going to ask you. 1 second, I keep moving this. Okay. That is, if Kabbalah is a religion, and if there is a book or something that we must follow. And
Should have. I love this. I really love this word. No, I'm joking.
No, but it's
one. I don't think that we want. Again, each person decide with himself. I don't know if I really want to have a must should have in my life. I can choose things, so I have the choice to follow some things or to do certain things because it's better my life or not. One of the things that when I came to the first class, again 19 years ago, I remember very vividly one of the things that my teacher told me. And he told me, listen, you can try it, and if it works for you, you go for it, and if it doesn't, you stop. Like, we are not here to build another religion. So no, it's not another religion. And there are people from all spectrum, literally all spectrum of religion, coming to study this spiritual wisdom. That's universal wisdom for everyone. So it's not another religion, and there isn't like a book that you must have to have. There are books that can better your life. That we have the book of the Zohar, which is one of the main texts of Kabbalah, where it gives us a lot of wisdom of what we want to do, how our ego works on us, what everything that is internal, but it gives us tools for us to choose. Do I want to use it, try it out or not? So it's not a book that it's must have, but it's definitely a book that we know that shares a lot of wisdom and a lot of light, and shown to be able to give a lot of people like extra energy to create for them to create miracles in their life. And there's a lot of books that the center has that shares better than me what is Kabbalah, about relationships, about fear, about many different topics. One of the books that I really recommend for everyone that wants to know about love, because we were talking about love, is Rethink Love. I love this book. And funny is that the first part of this book speaks about you, not about the relationship. You remember?
Yes.
The first part is just understanding who you are. Because when you want to better your relationship, yes, you want to, put a lot of effort on fixing the relationship, but also parallel to that, you want to kind of understand what's holding you back from really giving all of the expression of love. So Rethink Love is a great book for people that wants to understand about relationship. But there's so many books about wisdom to kind of elevate our consciousness or better our understanding of things, and you try. It's not a religion. So
you are at the risk to get addicted to, because you get one and you want to know more. So
yeah,
I have many.
It kind of, yeah. Yes, but it's a better addiction than, like, let's say, binging on Netflix.
Of course. It's very nice. I have a couple that I didn't start it, so I have to. So I think that's it. So we can leave here the invitation for people to know more about it. As you say,
just text me. Really, honestly.
Take one class if you don't like it. So
exactly, that's what I keep saying to everyone. You do one class and you open yourself up, you see it doesn't work for you, you let it go. That's it. Simple. I'm sure from the first class people do change something internally, even if they will never do it again, but they open themselves up, they understand why things are happening in their lives is already an achievement.
I can guarantee that it's going to help you to be a better version of yourself. And as you say, now we have kids, and for me it's very important to understand how I'm going to make her life better. So
how can okay yes we want to make our kids' lives better. And I think one of the things is to understand that also our kids have a tikkun.
Mm-hmm.
They are adults in the making, and we are there to just support them in the way. I don't know what my kids' tikkun is. Sometimes I'm thinking, if I screw up with my kids, I'm thinking, they chose me. It's their tikkun. It's their tikkun. They chose me as a mom, but they also chose me as a mom because they know that I'm there to improve myself, because that's who I am.
But even knowing that makes the relationship better.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't know that, you're going to be like fighting against it.
Fighting, having guilt, guilt trips. Oh my God, guilt trips. Did I do the right thing? Did I not? We are there to better ourselves and then to support our kids on their journey. We cannot prevent pain from them, but we can give them the tools for them to know how to handle it. Yes. That's what I can do for my kids. I can take their tikkuns.
But we can leave here the invitation, so if people want to know more about it, so we can talk to us, go to the center in Brazil, or
take a class, take a book. Start to educate yourself, if you want more.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing your knowledge, your time with me. You know I love you.
This is so formal for us.
I love you. I love you. Thank you so much. I love you.
I love you, baby.
Okay, it's great to be here with you.